Hey guys, welcome to the Whimsical Workshop. We have our next clue in our Cotton Cut So Sweet mystery quilt. I believe we are on clue 7, so let's get started. Yay! All right, we are wrapping up the Able Skeever quilt from Cotton Cuts. This is a 2022 the spring puzzle mystery quilt that we started 7 months ago, and we got clue number 7, and we are getting close. My box here is getting full. We've got all our clues in here. I still have my oops kit I haven't used, which is quite nice. So we've got everything in here to go. So yeah, we're on month 7. I've got my cheat sheet that I use each month. I've got my box pulled out to put my stuff in at the end. But let's open it up and see what we've got today. I just wish they had a pull tab. That's all I wish. They're such a perfect product and I want a pull tab. I always want more. Alright, so we get this open here. So graciously ripping it. And whew, here we go, clue number 7. I'm getting really excited. We are so close to being done with this one. And not to confuse you guys, but I do have the fall one going. That's the one that we are, they're sending to me for free. So make sure to check out the Piazza mystery quilt in another video. But I wanted to keep going with the one that we started where I purchased the pattern. So we got our bag, which again, we're going to hang on to put our units in at the end. We've got our pieces. And we've got our Cotton Cuts block of the month. This is the little postcard. You can color this in and post it by September 15th. And you're entered to win a prize. But if you keep all of these, every month we've gotten a different one, and you can keep them all and have a block of the month quilt that way as well, different from our mystery quilt. So I'm going to put this up here with my others. I've got all of them up here. Every month I say I'm going to color it. Every month I forget. Do better than I do. All right, so let's see what we got this month. So it looks like we're making 4 of the same sections. Oh, it looks really easy. When you open this up, the first thing you want to do is see that you got all your pieces, and to do that you need your color swatches. So again, what I usually will do is lay these out. That's D, that's C, this is F, that's F. They look like they're the same size. These look like they're the same size, and then these are B. Okay, so we've got B, C, D, and F. And so for B, I should have 12 of these. It looks like I do. And I should have 4 of these, and I do. I should also have 4 of these. We do. And 4 of these. So we're good there. On C, we should have 4. We do. For D, we should have 4 of those. Got it. And then for 12 of those. So not a ton of pieces this month, which means this will go very quick. But now that I've got them all laid out, we're going to go back to our pattern, and I'm going to get the units sewn together, and I will show you what they look like at the end and give you any tips on piecing them. All of this is very straightforward this month. There's only those triangles. Everything else is square to square to square, so this should go nice and easy. So let's get started. Now I have all my units sewn following these directions. So I have this piece and I have this piece. This video is short and sweet, so I thought I'd take a quick sec and talk about pinning and how I do it. Everybody has a different way of pinning. For this, if you follow the Cotton Cuts directions, they are so good about telling you where to press. I'm only hoping that when we put the whole big monster together that, you know, their pressing will carry through to the end product. I'm sure it will. Someone's probably already made this, hopefully. But this one's a good example of when I pin and when I don't pin. Now I sew a ton and I don't tend to pin at all most of the time. That being said, pin if you are a pinner. Use your pins to help you hold your pieces in place so that when you go to sew, pieces aren't sliding out of position and you're not struggling with holding your pieces and running your machine. But this is a good example of when I do pin. See how long this is? Anything longer than this long or longer, I would pin. Because the feed dogs on your machine, the little pieces at the bottom that grip your fabric, they pull at a different speed than your presser foot. Now there's a lot of machines, mine happens to be one of them, that has dual feed, so they're trying to, the reason they came out with dual feed is to counter that differential between the top being pulled at one speed and the bottom at another. But whether they gave me dual feed or not, I still want the insurance to know that both pieces are being fed through at the exact same time, and the only way to really do that is pinning. And when they're longer, you have a more likely a chance of it getting out of control and one piece going through at another, and then you end up with like a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch or even an 1/8 of an inch difference in your two pieces. But if you think about if you were doing a 10 square quilt and you're off an 1/8 of an inch, let's go 1/4 of an inch so I can do the math. A 10 square quilt and you're off a 1/4 inch on each one. In the end, you have added 2.5 inches to your overall length. And that's why if you sew rows together and they don't come out the same length, sometimes it's maybe a pinning issue. So all that's my little pinning thing. How you would pin this is how I would pin this. Is first of all, I love these little magic pins. If you've seen them, they have a silicone head, they're heat resistant, and if you have arthritis, they're textured, so they're easy to grip. We do have these in the shop at the whimsicalworkshop.com. I'll put a link below. But whatever pins you're using, I would align this to this first, not end to end, that to that first. Why, may you ask? Because that is what is going to be noticeable if it is off when you sew this. And cotton is so nice, because you can even see here, that's a little bit off. The cotton is nice. What does it do for us? It stretches a little bit. So that little bit, I can just scooch it over with my finger and drop in a pin there. And then on this side, same thing. I would drop in the pin on this side. And I'd probably, just for insurance purposes, put one more here. And that is when I pin. I have other times I do as well, but that's usually my rule of thumb. If it's really longer than 8 to 10 inches, I start pinning my pieces because I don't want it to be off. And I always start pinning at the most important point and then worry about the ends, because that is what will be most noticeable if it is off. I am happy to hear how other people pin. Leave it in the comments below, but I thought this would be a good quick lesson in this short video. So now I'm going to finish sewing these together and I'll show you what they look like at the end. We had to sew together 4 of these. Very, very simple this month, super easy. We are ready to label them. Grab a label over here. These are called 7. I think they're unit 7. So just like we do every month, I am going to fold this in half so they fit in the bag. I'm going to put there and I'm going to write unit 7. It's going to go back in my handy bag here. Look at that, just right in there like that, with clue 7 facing up. And we are done for another month. Now, we are doing the Piazza sew along, which is the one that I'm actually doing the block in the video, and we're partnering with Cotton Cuts on that one. So what I think I'm going to do is, we're on month 7 for this. 8 and 9, we're just making units for this one. So what I may do is skip 8, put it with 9, do those together for you guys, and then do the final video of putting the whole thing together. Because each month it's just kind of the same thing and it's not going to be the most interesting of videos, so I think that's the plan. I reserve the right to change that at any time, so if you see the videos come up separate, just know I'm being fickle. But I think that will be our plan, so if you don't see it next month, you'll know why. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you are sewing along with the So Sweet Spring one, leave me a comment below. Let me know what color team you're on. I would love to know. And I think that'll be it for this one. So just make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.